more excited because right now we have a very, very exciting man to bring up on stage. He is going to show us Microsoft Windows 10 in action. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for Mr. Bruce Howe, the head of Consumer Channel Group, Microsoft Malaysia, to bring Windows 10 to life. Over to you.
Fantastic. So Windows 10, doing great things. We're going to have a bit of fun now. We're going to do a bit of demo, and I hope you get a little bit more of a feel of what Windows 10 is all about. So, Windows 10, co-built by 5 million people. I think that's an amazing number. Rahman talked about it, but just think about that. Over the last 9 months, operating system being built with 5 million people and our tens of thousands of engineers to get to where we are with something that is fast, something that is familiar, something that is very, very personable, something that is super productive, and wait till you see some of the innovation. So Windows 10 is a service. This is our last big upgrade. That means you're going to get updates all the time. So you're always going to get the most fresh, most relevant applications and software. You're always going to be super secure, or the most secure if you keep pressing those updates. So Windows is alive and will continue to get better. Oops, let me go back a second. A bit excited. I want to get straight to the demo. Okay, so one core code drives the entire operating system. That means one experience, one set of applications through one store driving across all, and just one awesome experience across all of our devices, whether that's a smartphone right up to an 80-inch screen, right? So you're really going to get a super experience. And how are you going to get it, right? So we talked about this ambition of upgrade. So from July 29, you can take your Windows 7, 8.1, we'll push out notifications to you. You can come and visit our 100 top stores and get some personal help so you can upgrade for free over the next 12 months. There's also going to be a chance for you to buy Windows 10 installed products. So we've got a couple of those here with us today. So you can start to buy a device, a PC, a tablet with Windows 10 working already now. In addition, you can also buy it through an online store or, as I mentioned, through our top retail partners. So we're going to go after 1 billion users in a couple of years. That will be the biggest operating system known to mankind. That's pretty ambitious, right? And in Malaysia, we had with Windows 7 and Windows 8.1, 70% of the market. So a lot of people are going to start to use Windows 10 and love it and do great things pretty quickly. But the best thing about Windows 10 is to see it. So I'm going to do a demo. Hang in there with me. This is going to be a bit of fun, we hope, if everything works. All right.
It will work.
It's going to work. It's going to work. Right, so let me quickly get set up here. Okay, so the first really cool thing is being able to sign in with Windows 10. All right, hopefully it's there, it's with me. So how many of you use passwords on a daily basis? Yeah, how annoying are passwords? So on average we have about 5 or 7 passwords that we keep using over and over and over and over again. You're all the security nightmare for your companies and your own self, right? So now we're moving into this world of biometrics, so finger, face, and eventually iris. And we've got this incredibly cool technology called Windows Hello. So Windows Hello, in cooperation or in partnership with Intel and their RealSense 3D camera, all you need is your face. As ugly as it, or brilliant as it may be, that's all you're going to need. So let's see if this baby works for me. Okay, how quick was that? How cool is that? So I'll just do it again because I don't know if you actually got how cool that was. Okay, so I'm over here. I've got my face. Come on, baby. There we are. I'm signed in. So how's that for a bit of security for you? Okay, so let's get into some more of the demo. So the first thing that you see, if I go into the desktop, is it's pretty familiar, right? So a lot of you probably, well, hopefully not many of you in this room, but a lot of people are still using Windows 7, right? And they love how it's driven by a keyboard and mouse. And some of these elements you see are coming through on Windows 10, right? So it's really give a fast and familiar interface for everybody. So the desktop is there, your taskbar down the bottom is there, absolutely, and then very importantly, the start menu, okay? But it's a start menu with a bit more life to it than the old one, right? So if I go up here to the top, very personable, so that's me with my pretty face again, so I can link in different accounts. I've got all of the apps that I'm using on a regular basis. I've got apps that I've just recently added, so you know, I do live in Malaysia, I follow the state of the ringgit, so I just added the XE currency just to see what's happening on a day-to-day basis. So that's something that, for example, I might want to add into the start menu, and I'm going to come back and do that. I've got File Explorer, I've got settings there, and this little power button has a story behind it, right? So I mentioned these 5 million insiders that have been giving us feedback. So originally that power button was right up the top of the menu, and we brought it down based on insider feedback, so really, really accessible just near the start button. Okay, then I've got all my apps. So a nice list here of all the different apps that I have on my PC. Oh, we're struggling a little bit there. And I can also, oh, we're frozen. Let me just try that again, see if I can get them all up. No, you guys want to reconnect? Just bear with me for a second. Okay, so there I've got all my apps, all nicely laid out, downloaded a few recently, and I can also put it into alphabetical order, right? So sometimes you have like way too many apps, so you can go and see what you want. So all my apps there, and I mentioned this one that I just recently downloaded, the XE currency. So anybody know what the ringgit is to the US dollar today?
We don't know.
Oh, jeez, frightening. Right, so here I am, I put the XE currency in here, right? So this is just where I've got games and music, but I can change it around. So I can do whatever I want with this app now, right? I can resize it, make it as big as I want. You can start to see also that these are live tiles, so some of these applications are updating as we go. So I can take that back out and remove it if I want. But this is all about me, right? This is about what I want out of my start menu. And if I want it to be bigger or smaller, I can do that as well. So let me take it down to smaller. And again, if that's the interface that I want, then I will. But I personally like it a little bit bigger. You can take it down smaller as well. So lots of things that you can do there. This is a great app, so it's a universal app photos. So there's pictures of my cheeky little kids on the weekend. It was my boy's birthday. So really, a really nice, live, personable experience. Okay, so if I want to search, like life is about productivity, right? Whether it's workplace or at home, and sometimes it's just hard to find stuff, right? So let me use the search key here. So if I wanted to maybe search Bluetooth settings, right, you can see immediately, very, very discoverable, easy to find my way around. Or I've got a presentation to prepare for, so Raman has us working hard. The SLT are working on some new presentations, so there's the presentation that I'll be needing to get ready for Friday. So really, really nice, easy user interface. Okay, then let me take you into the world of multitasking, right? So who here uses Alt-Tab? Alt-Tab, quite a few, hey? So apparently only about 6% of the world use Alt-Tab, but it's here on Windows 10. And you can see nice big tiles, so you can really see what you've got open at any one time, right? So Alt-Tab there, but then there's going to be lots of other ways to multitask. So you can really get tons of stuff done. So I'm just going to swipe from the left-hand side in, and then also you can see a different way of bringing up all of your different tasks. Also from the bottom, right, you can still use your taskbar, but this is a really nice way for me to see what I'm doing. You'll also see down the bottom there's desktop 2. So you can have as many desktops as you want, right? And some people who want to set up all of their PowerPoint in one desktop or all their personal stuff, you can do that. And it's really a simple way to do it, which I'll show you here. So let's say I wanted to take my Skype calls and I just want to do it in the one desktop. So then if I click on that desktop, there I have Skype, right? So I'm running kind of this multiple mode, and there we go. That's how we use the desktop. Okay, so what else have I got for you? Oh, now this is very cool. So with Windows 8, anybody using the dual screens? Right? No? Come, anybody? Right, okay. So here's let me say I open up OneNote. So I'm a regular user of OneNote. But when I'm using OneNote, I want to use a whole bunch of other stuff, right? So let me go into snap mode. Right, so see how I just quickly pull that across, it snaps up, and then on the other side of the screen it's going to give me tons of different options of what else I might want to multitask with. So let's say I also want to use my mail, right? And let's say I want to take it down a little bit smaller. There's an email full of money. Okay, so I've got now 2 screens open. Let's say I want a third one. So I've got my monthly budget, right? If you see over here, I'm planning a trip to Ipoh with the kids. So I'm going to need to have some money to be able to pay for that. And let's say, what else do I want to put in here? Let's go with the store. I don't know why I want store, but... Okay, so there, oh, I lost one. So there you go. So I've got 4 screens operating at one time. How productive is that? That's amazing, right? So that is the snap screen. Okay, I think I've covered off everything on this one. Okay, no, I haven't. I haven't covered Action Center. So who here is using a Lumia smartphone? Very dear to my heart. Many years working on smartphones. Okay, so that needs to change for a starter, especially now that I'm the head of consumer for Malaysia. But Lumia had this really cool thing, and it was the Action Center, right? People really loved it. You pull down the top screen and you got all of your activity on the go. So really easy way to get back into mails, your calendar, and then also you can see down here some of the shortcuts if you want to connect to a presentation mode or you want to get back in the settings. So that's the Action Center. Okay, now I'm going to swap over to my Surface Pro 3 and we're going to show you some of the innovation that we've brought to Windows 10. So this is the Microsoft Edge browser. It's our new browser. First thing you notice, it's super crisp, super fast, so built from the ground up. You can see here that when I sign in, I've already got some of my MSN content. So I've got here, for example, the weather. It's always hot in KL. I don't know why I continue to look at the weather, but I do. Okay, some of the shares that I might be following to see if I can lose money on the worldwide stock market, some of the football results. So it's very much about what I get out of the internet. Now let me show you something that is a bit of fun. Okay, so when I arrived in Malaysia, I was super thin. Yeah? So I was like marathon runner thin. Right, so in a year, eating this amazing food, I mean the laksa, nasi lemak, my favorite. I can have it breakfast, lunch and dinner. As you can tell, right? I've filled out. I've become a full-size man. So I know that also in Malaysia we like to debate about where the best is and what part of town. So I did this Bing search and I went best nasi lemak in KL. Anybody have a guess to what they think that is? No, really? Okay. Well, so anyway, there's a bunch of different options here. So let's say I wanted to try the nasi lemak tanglin. Anybody tried this nasi lemak?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good.
Good.
Okay. So I'm gonna use my Surface Pen. And I'm going to start to mark up on this page. So I'm just going to hit the pen button. So I don't know if you saw that there. And I'm going to write on the screen. Let's go here. Got to go. Oh my gosh, my writing's terrible. Awesome. Okay? But seriously, my writing is terrible. But you can see my point, right? And then I might want to highlight some of the text. Look at that. That's all. I'm just using my Surface Pen here, right? And then I'm going to also pick a cut of that screen. So I just want to send that piece, right? So that's already copied. I can take that image and copy that into an email or do what I want. Or I can share it directly from the Edge browser. Okay, so you see here that already integrated the platforms that I want to share from. So to Facebook, to mail, whatever that may be. How cool is that? Isn't that amazing? There's not many, if any, browsers that can do that, right? If you don't have a Surface Pen, you can also annotate directly, right? So use your keyboard. Okay, so let me get a little bit out of that. Right, so the other thing is I read a lot. Technology changes all the time. I use the Laoyak.net site quite often. And so here I was reading an article. And you can see on basically any web page, right, there's a bunch of stuff Chapui's pretty happy over there at the moment. That's the Lao Yak man. Yeah. So there's a lot of stuff on here, right? Yeah. But maybe I just want to go into. Oh, it's not loading at the moment. Let me just reload it so I can get up this reading button. Okay. No, so I've got it here. So this little button here is called Reading View. And if I click on that, it's going to take away. It's taking a little while. It's thinking. Is somebody on this Wi-Fi? No, I'm struggling. Let me try and blow you out now. No, it's still not working. Okay, so unfortunately these things happen, but what it does do is it takes away all the advertising clutter and I just have a reading panel. So I'm able to really get the best reading experience. Okay, so there you go. So, you know, all good things come to those people that wait. Thanks, see you later, you man. Okay, so there we go. So that's the reading panel. Next on my list, what did I want to do, Anders? Universal apps. What have I missed? Mail, right, so. Universal apps are new to Windows 10, right? So they've been rewritten with Windows 10 to get the most out of Windows 10, right? So this is the same application that I'll run on my smartphone, on my tablet, or any big screen, right? So I can resize this as much as I want. Get a bit sensitive here, right? So you can see right down into a smaller view, or I can take it out bigger, and you're going to get a much larger view. So really getting the most out of a universal app. So which one am I going to choose here? Right, so I've got an email open, and this is a really super productive email client as well. So you can start to swipe the email left and right. So if I swipe an email left, you can see here I'm setting a flag. I can customize that however I want. And I'm going to show you something really cool. This is how you delete emails. Look at that. I'm just going to delete them. Like, seriously. I don't even know what I'm deleting, but it's like, it's a super efficient way to manage your email. So that's a universal app. There's universal apps for maps, for photos, and pretty much all of the Office suite is there. And now developers are starting to see the opportunity with universal apps as well to do some pretty cool and fun stuff. Okay. So, I wanted to also show you something called Continuum. So, Continuum is, again, getting the most out of Windows 10, right? So, at the moment, I've got my Surface Pro 3, which is a 2-in-1. It's a detachable, and I'm maximized really for desktop mode, right? But also, if I take it away, and I detach the keypad, it's going to come up with a reminder, well, no, a note, a prompt to say, do you want it in tablet mode? So now, I'm in tablet mode, right? So I can really consume content how I want in this kind of space. I might be lying down having a read, and it's all there, super big tiles, and really then it's all about touch. And if I go back again, it will take me back into the desktop mode. All right? So that's Continuum. Continuum's going to evolve into all kind of cool things as well with phones when we get to that. Okay, so that's Windows 10, kind of like from an operating system. There's so much more to be done. There's also devices, right? So Microsoft has been working with our partners on bringing new, awesome products to market. There's over 2,000 devices that have been worked on at the moment, globally, to get the most out of Windows 10, right? So I'm going to show you a little bit some of the products that we do have. Okay, so you can see them all here with us. So I'm just going to try and pick up on a few. How can you see me? Oh, wow. Okay, that's good. Right, so this is the Lenovo Yoga 500. So really nice PC. In fact, all of the PCs here are really what I consider to be our premium PCs. So 14-inch, super light. Really nice product. Nice big vibrant screen. Okay, so then I've got the Asus T300G. Okay, so it looks very much like a PC. Beautiful keyboard in this mode. But then I can also take it away and use it as a tablet. So you're going to get that really nice blend between, well, what is a great 2-in-1. But check out how thin that is. That is a super thin tablet, right? So really nice product from Asus. Okay, and it just slots straight back into the magnetic keyboard. Okay, so then I've got the Acer R11. I shouldn't really forget this because I was at the event just this week. So the Acer R11 is another great PC, and it's fully extendable 360-degree swivel. And as soon as I do that, I go straight into the prompt to say, do you want to use it in tablet mode? Okay, and then I'll go back. And the really nice thing about the Acer R11 is that it's coming preloaded with Windows 10. So we only launched on the 29th, and we've already got products in market from Acer with Windows 10 pre-installed. So pretty cool. Then there's the Surface. Oh yeah, yay! Round of applause for Acer. Okay, so then we've got the HP Pavilion X2. So really, really nice, affordable tablet. I really like this with the cover, right? So that comes back into a stand as well, and obviously you can use that as a 2-in-1, so you can get the best from the tablet as well. Okay, and then we've been really working closely with Malaysian partners on bringing products to market specific for the Malaysian market. So we've got the Joy 10 Flip, which is this product here, very, very affordable, $899 tablet. There's the boys from S&S, but really nice combination of a nice keyboard, but then also click out for tablet, nice back stand as well. And this little baby here, anybody know what that is? Yeah? So that's a computer, that's a PC in a stack, so that's running full Windows 10, so that's from S&S as well. They're looking to bring this product into market, but you know, HDMI connector straight into a screen, and you have the full benefits of Windows 10. Then we have the iPro LivePad 8.9 inch, so super lovely tablet, right? Really premium finishing on the back, and super premium finishing around the bezel as well. Okay, and then our Lumia products, so you're really getting the full range of premium PCs, 2s-in-1s, tablets, and then also our Lumia products, which are still in beta, so in Windows 10 preview, but very shortly coming to market with Windows 10 as well. Okay, so there you go. So Windows 10, it's fast, it's very familiar, it's super productive, right? You can get heaps of stuff done, very, very personable, and then you see this amazing innovation with our device partners. So Windows 10 do great things. Thank you.
Thank you very much.